Bill Burr is known as the guy that been going after billionaires for years. He's been saying that they need to be put down, that they disgusting, that they dogs, that they the worst type of people in the world. And you know what Bill Burr did himself? He took money not from a billionaire, no. He took money from a trillionaire. Hey, what's up dudes? Today your boy GenNot is coming back with a new video on my channel. Hope you have a wonderful day. So I wanted to talk about the situation surrounding Bill Burr. If you don't know who the guy is, well, he's a really big comedian. I personally never watched that stuff of him before, but I know him from like The Mandalorian and Breaking Bad, and he recently got himself into a little bit of a controversy, and I wanted to talk about it. Before I go into that, I wanted to take a look at the comment of the day. So I've chosen this comment. Someone is saying Hasan is I cannot say it on YouTube, but I think we all know what it means, and I agree, especially after the dog stuff, man. Don't mess around with dogs. I love dogs, honestly. But let's go back to the subject of today's video, and that is Bill Burr getting destroyed online. And the reasons behind that are basically a couple of them, and I'm going over them one by one. First of all, you need to know something about Bill Burr. Bill Burr is known as the guy that been going after billionaires for years. He's been saying that they need to be put down, that they disgusting, that they dogs, that they the worst type of people in the world. And you know what Bill Burr did himself? He took money not from a billionaire, no. He took money from a trillionaire. So basically, he was more than willing to take money from a trillionaire while bashing basically billionaires and saying that they're the worst type of people in the world. In other words, he's a massive hypocrite, which, you know, people don't like. I don't think you need to explain that. If you're a big hypocrite, people don't take you seriously. So basically, he was trying to have this image of hating billionaires and being part of the normal group of people, the average person who needs to work hard for a living. But yeah, it seems like he was more than willing to take money from a trillionaire though, so people go after that. Second of all, he was basically getting money from a country that is, you know, violating many human rights. One of the examples is basically that gay people cannot get married and not be a thing in Saudi Arabia. Basically, you know, if you're gay, you get, you know, ended or put in prison. You know, women don't have much rights in that country as well. Basically, the man is the owner over the woman in that country. Not only that, if you basically talk badly about the royals in that country or the government, you basically get ended as well. The death penalty is a pretty common thing. So in other words, that country doesn't have any freedom of speech. That country doesn't really care about the rights of women or gay people. And Bill Burr was more than willing to take money from the government / royals from that country, which, you know, just shows that he wants that blood money, which is kind of disgusting if you think about it. And one thing that I just want to say about Bill Burr as well, he's rich. He already was rich before he took the blood money from the people from Saudi Arabia. He didn't need that extra money. He already had like 20 million, but he needed just more. He was a greedy little man and he wanted more money, which is honestly pretty disturbing. I would have understood his position much more if he was like a struggling comedian and he needed to take care of his family and his wife, and he really needed that dirty money. I mean, I still think it's kind of, you know, bad that you go to that country knowing that they, you know, don't have much human rights, and not only that, you know, knowing that you basically talk badly about billionaires and now are more than willing to take money from trillionaires, basically people that are more rich than billionaires, which, you know, really hypocritical. The third thing I want to say about this entire situation is that he is getting so much hate, and I love every second of it.
Actually did private New Year's gigs for $1 million. Did New Year's gigs for Gaddafi's kids. Can you fucking believe that? How much fucking money do you need to make, you know? You're gonna take a gig where you're gonna go dance like a goddamn fucking clown for a mass murderer's kids? And then you take that fucking blood money.
The Royals loved the show. Everyone was happy. The people that were doing the festival were thrilled.
And yeah,
this is the exact reason why people call him a massive hypocrite right now, and the reason that his videos are getting more dislikes than likes right now, because it's obviously really hypocritical that you say that billionaires are disgusting people and other celebrities shouldn't take money from like awful people, but you do it yourself. I don't think I need to explain that. I need to say as well that many comedians did go to that event and take the blood money, but I think people hate less on them because they didn't say stuff like Bill Burr. Obviously, you know, it's still not good for your image to take money from a country like that, but if you're just honest and say, oh yeah, I just wanted the money, I don't really care, I think people would give you less hate compared to someone like Bill Burr that tries to have like the moral high ground with saying all the stuff that I showed you in the clip. And that's not the only one, there are so many clips of him basically saying the same stuff that I showed you all. And yeah, I do think the other comedians are still kind of, you know, shady for taking that money. And let's be real here, basically 80 to 90% of all the popular comedians in the USA were at that event, which, you know, says enough. If you have money, you can basically pay off anyone. I don't think you really, you know, should be surprised about that. Corruption, you know, that's the main reason, you know, corruption is a thing, of course, because people, you know, get paid off this and that. I don't think I need to explain that. But back to the story, all of those other comedians were obviously millionaires as well. They didn't need the money, let's be real here. All those comedians have like millions and millions on the bank, but they were all greedy and all wanted to take the cookie, right? And they didn't really care about the human rights in that country. But yeah, having said all of that, I wanted to take a look at some of the comments under, you know, his comment section. Basically, his die-hard fans are turning against him. So someone is saying, damn, Bill actually self-nuked his reputation. I 100% agree. Is it really worth, you know, destroying your reputation for like a couple million? I don't know how much he got. He basically, you know, destroyed his entire image for a couple million, I assume. I don't know if it's more than a couple million, but yeah, I don't think it's really worth it, man. Like, he's already a millionaire. Why do this, bro? You already have like a nice life. You can already do everything you want to because you have enough money. Why take the blood money? I don't get it, bro. Maybe it's just your boy. He seems to be pretty greedy and doesn't have a moral compass. Let's be honest here with each other. Would I have taken the money? I think so. I'm not gonna lie about it, but I'm not here passing on billionaires. That's a little bit different, you know? I don't think the other like comedians are getting as much hate as Bill Burr because, you know, again, Bill Burr was basically bashing billionaires for almost a decade. But having said all of this, would you have taken the blood money? Leave it in the comments section. If you enjoyed today's video, you know, press the like button so, you know, the algorithm is gonna push this video around. Get subscribed as well so you get notified, and I will see you all in the upcoming one.